In 480 BC, one small nation stood seconds away from total annihilation, facing history's largest invasion force ever assembled. Across the horizon came 1,000 warships, an empire's fury unleashed, every sail promising fire, slavery, and death. The man commanding this storm was Xerxes, king of Persia, son of Darius, hungry for revenge and absolute conquest. 10 years earlier, his father Darius had been humiliated at Marathon, crushed by a smaller, defiant Greek army. Xerxes swore he would finish what his father started, erasing Greece from the map forever and silencing its rebellion. He gathered soldiers from 40 nations, building bridges across the sea itself, an army Herodotus called impossibly vast. His fleet alone numbered well over 1,000 ships, manned by Phoenicians, Egyptians, Ionians, and conquered Greek subjects. Against this monster, the Greek city-states could field barely a few hundred ships and a handful of soldiers. Their only hope rested on unity, courage, and one cunning Athenian leader named Themistocles, a man obsessed with the sea. He believed Greece's salvation lay not on land, but trapped inside wooden walls, floating across dangerous, narrow water. First came Thermopylae, where King Leonidas and 300 Spartans held a mountain pass against impossible Persian numbers. For 2 brutal days, they held the line, buying Greece precious time, before being finally overwhelmed and slaughtered. While Sparta bled at Thermopylae, the Greek navy clashed with Persia at Artemisium, suffering heavy losses of their own. With the pass lost, Athens lay completely exposed, defenseless against the approaching Persian war machine marching toward the city. Themistocles made an agonizing decision, ordering the entire population of Athens evacuated quickly to nearby islands within just days. Men, women, children, and elders all fled their homes, watching helplessly as their beloved city burned completely behind them. Xerxes marched into an empty Athens and torched it completely, believing Greece's resistance had finally been broken forever. But Themistocles wasn't finished. He was only setting a trap, gathering the surviving Greek fleet near the island of Salamis. The Greek commanders panicked, arguing furiously, many demanding retreat to the Isthmus of Corinth to protect their own homelands. Themistocles refused to surrender the plan, insisting the narrow straits of Salamis were Greece's only true chance at survival. He argued for hours, reportedly warning Spartan commander Eurybiades, "Strike me if you must, but hear my reasoning first." His logic was brutally simple. Lure the massive Persian fleet into water too tight for their numbers to matter. In open sea, Persia's 800 ships would have crushed the outnumbered Greeks within hours, a total massacre guaranteed. But inside Salamis' narrow channel, that same massive advantage would instantly become a deadly curse, choking their own formations. Themistocles needed Xerxes to attack first, willingly, confidently, walking straight into the very trap meant to destroy him. So he devised one of history's boldest deceptions, a plan resting entirely on the courage of a single secret messenger. He sent his trusted slave, Sisinus, sailing directly into Persian territory, carrying a desperate, carefully crafted lie for Xerxes. Sisinus told Xerxes that the Greek alliance had collapsed, that ships were deserting, and Themistocles secretly supported Persia. He claimed the Greeks were planning a chaotic, immediate escape, begging Xerxes to strike now before they vanished. Xerxes, eager for total victory, believed every word, and ordered his fleet to seal both exits at Salamis. 200 Egyptian ships blocked the western channel, while the massive main fleet guarded the eastern entrance overnight. Persian soldiers were even sent to the nearby island of Citylea, ready to capture any Greek sailors washed ashore. That night, an earthquake reportedly shook the region, an eerie omen before history's most consequential naval battle began. Xerxes was so confident of victory, he ordered a golden throne built on a hill overlooking the strait. He wanted a perfect, front-row view as his unstoppable navy annihilated the last remnants of Greek resistance forever. At dawn on September 23rd, for 80 BC, the Persian armada rode forward, expecting panic, finding disciplined silence instead. The Greek fleet, roughly 370 ships strong, waited calmly inside the narrow strait, perfectly and patiently positioned. Athenian ships formed the left wing. Spartans and Aeginetans held the right, Smaller allies anchored firmly in the center. As Persian ships entered the channel, their massive numbers became a curse, crowding together with barely room to row. Ships meant for open ocean now collided with each other, or snapping, formations collapsing into dangerous, chaotic confusion. Suddenly, the entire Greek fleet surged forward together, triremes ramming bronze beaks directly into the crowded Persian hulls. The sound was described as deafening, splintering wood, screaming sailors, and the relentless crash of warship against warship. Greek ships, smaller and far faster, darted between Persian vessels, striking weak points before quickly retreating to strike again. Persian rowers, exhausted from sleepless preparation, struggled desperately to maneuver in water far too tight for their numbers. Ships toward the rear pushed forward, unaware their comrades ahead were already sinking, creating a horrifying chain collision. From his golden throne, Xerxes watched in stunned disbelief as his glorious navy disintegrated, piece by piece below him. Queen Artemisia, commanding her own ship, reportedly rammed a friendly Persian vessel just to escape pursuing Greek triremes. The waters of Salamis turned crimson, littered with broken oars, floating wreckage, and the bodies of drowning sailors. Many Persian soldiers, weighed down heavily by armor, couldn't swim, drowning helplessly within sight of their watching emperor. Greek sailors, fighting near their own homeland, knew every current and shoreline, using the terrain like a weapon. By midday, what remained of Persian discipline completely collapsed, ships fleeing in every direction, abandoning any organized formation. The Aeginetans waited patiently near the strait's exit, ambushing fleeing Persian ships desperately trying to escape the slaughter. Persian commanders, including Xerxes' own brother Ariobarnes, were brutally killed during the close-quarters fighting that filled the strait. Greek marines boarded crippled Persian ships, fighting hand-to-hand against soldiers trapped with nowhere left to run. By late afternoon, the Persian fleet that once darkened the entire horizon had been shattered beyond any recovery. Historical estimates suggest Persia lost roughly 300 ships that day, while Greece lost only about 40 vessels. Xerxes, watching helplessly from his hilltop throne, witnessed his empire's naval supremacy collapse within a single, devastating afternoon. The king who expected to celebrate conquest instead watched thousands of his sailors die in panicked, bloody chaos. Realizing Greece could no longer be conquered by sea, Xerxes now feared being trapped himself on foreign, hostile soil. He abandoned the campaign almost immediately, retreating swiftly toward Persia with the remnants of his humiliated, broken army. Xerxes left General Mardonius behind with the ground forces, still hoping to salvage some victory from total disaster. That hope ended the following year at Plataea, where united Greek armies crushed the remaining Persian forces completely. Salamis had done something truly extraordinary. It stopped an empire that had never once been defeated at sea. Themistocles, the man once mocked for trusting wooden ships above soldiers, became the unlikely savior of Western civilization. His daring gamble, built on deception, geography, and unbreakable nerve, permanently changed the entire direction of human history. Had Persia won that single afternoon, Greek democracy, philosophy, and culture might never have survived to influence the world. Instead, Athens rebuilt itself stronger, eventually birthing a golden age of philosophy, theater, science, and democratic governance for the world. The Battle of Salamis proved that courage, strategy, and unity could overcome even the most overwhelming numerical odds. A nation, given no chance of survival, reshaped the destiny of an entire civilization in a single, bloody afternoon. 370 ships, one impossible gamble, and the future of Western history was forever decided at Salamis.